Hey, hi and welcome back. So in previous video, we completed the circuit explanation of microcontroller section, and in this video, we are going to start with the schematic design of microcontroller section. Okay, so now let's start with this video. So this is basically the circuit that we discussed in the previous video. Now let's create the schematic for this particular circuit. Okay, now first of all, let's get this symbol which is of Atmega 328 microcontroller. And in order to get this symbol, we have to go to PC library. So in PC library, let's go to the PC library first. And in PC library, you will see that there are actually three libraries for the Atmega 328 microcontroller. This library is from component search engine. Then this one is from SnapEDA. And we are actually not going to use these libraries because the symbols which are present in these libraries are actually not properly arranged, which you already know. So that is the reason we are not going to use these libraries, and I have already modified the symbol in this particular library PC_IC_Atmega328-AU. So I am going to select this library, and after that I will click on OK. Now let's place this Atmega 328 microcontroller symbol in this section, Atmega 328 microcontroller section. So I will place it here, then escape, and after that now let's get another component. So let's get this header, mail header. So you can see here in this image, this is how basically the mail header look like. Okay, so you can refer this section which is basically the microcontroller section, and from here you will get the idea which library or which symbol look like what component. Okay, so from this section you will get that idea. So now let's get this header, and in order to get this header we have to go to connector library. So connector library is basically already integrated in the Eagle software. So you can see here con is written. So all these libraries are actually for the connector, and we need to go to this particular library in order to get this mail header. Okay, here actually you will have some confusion, like how will I know what component is placed in which library? Okay, so at this moment you don't need to bother about all those things. Just remember which component is placed at what library at this moment, and gradually when you will create multiple circuits, when you will work on multiple projects, at that time you will automatically remember which component is placed in which library. So at this moment just follow the process and you just remember which component is placed in which library. Okay, so this library is actually for the mail headers. So you will get here different types of mail headers. So I will just press the down arrow key. So you can see here you will find different types of mail headers. We are actually looking for this type of mail header who has got total 8 position and then 2 rows are there. Okay, so this is basically that library. So you can see here there are total 8 positions and 2 rows are there. So I will select this one, and after that I will click on OK. Now let's place this programmer. This is actually the header for programmer/debug header. So I'm going to place it here and then escape, and now let's look for another component. After that, now let's get this switch. Okay, this is basically the switch for the reset section. So in order to get this switch, we have to go to the PC library. So let's go to the PC library, and in PC library you will find that switch. So let's look for the switch. So you can see this is basically the library for the switch. So PC_switch_1437566-3. So this is basically the part number of that switch. So let's select this one, and after that I will click on OK, and I will place it here. Okay, like this, and after that I will click on escape. Now let's look for another component. What's the another component? So let's get this crystal of 16 megahertz, and in order to get this particular crystal we have to go to SparkFun library. And I already talked about this particular library. I told you that I will provide this library, and later you can install this library in your software. Okay, so now here let's look for the 16 megahertz crystal. So this is basically the library for 16 megahertz, and we are actually going to use the through-hole variant. So I will select this one, the crystal of 16 megahertz, and after that I will click on OK, and let's place this crystal here. Okay, and then escape, and now let's look for another component. So I think we have all the components in our schematic editor. So rest of the components are already available on the schematic editor. So we will just copy those components and we will use those components. Okay, so first of all let's get this plus 5 volt symbol and ground symbol. So I will just copy them from the power supply section. So this is basically the plus 5 volt symbol. So I will just copy this one and later I will place it here like this, and then let's get the ground symbol. So this is the ground symbol. So I will copy this one and later I will place it here. And again we need one more time ground symbol. So I will just copy this ground symbol and later I will place it here like this. Then we need 0.1 microfarad capacitor. So let's get this one and later I will place it here like this. And we need one more ground symbol. So you can see this is another ground symbol. So I will just copy this one, copy, and I will place it here like this. And after that we need a 10k resistor. So again I will, so we don't have the resistor on our schematic editor. So let's get the resistor, and we will get the resistor again from the PC library. So let's go to the PC library, and in PC library I will select a resistor with this. So this is the library for capacitor. This is the library for resistor. So I will select the resistor with 0603 package, and I will select this library, and after that I will click on OK, and later I will rotate this one with the help of right click of mouse, and later I will place it here like this. Then escape and then cancel. So we need one more resistor, we need one more capacitor of 0.1 microfarad. So I will copy this one, and I will copy this one, and later I will place it here like this. So we have all the components of reset circuitry. Now let's get two more capacitor for the crystal, so which are actually the load capacitor. So I will just copy this one because we are going to use the capacitor with the same package, which is 0603 package for the 16 megahertz crystal. So both the packages are actually 0603 package for these capacitor. And after that we need the ground symbol. So again I will copy this ground symbol and later I will place it here. And after that so we need one more ground symbol here. So again I will copy this ground symbol from here, and let's paste, or let's place it here. Then we need plus 5 volt symbol here. So let's copy the plus 5 volt symbol from here. So I will copy this plus 5 volt symbol like this, and after that I will place it here. And we need a plus 5 volt symbol here also. So this is basically the plus 5 volt symbol. So I will get this plus 5 volt symbol. I will copy this one and let's place it here. After that we need 4 capacitors. So all these capacitors have the package of 0603. So I will simply copy the capacitor from here, and later I will place it here. I will copy one more time, and one more time, and one more time. And then we need the ground symbol, which we already have it here. So I will place it here, and later we need the plus 5 volt symbol. So I will get this one, and after that I will place it here. Alright, so we have all the symbols which are present on in this circuitry. So I will quickly arrange all this symbol. So there will be no audio now. So let me arrange and rename all the components which are present in the Atmega 328 microcontroller section and in this programmer/debug header section. Okay, so I will rename all the components and I will place them properly. Alright, so we have placed all the components at the appropriate location in both the sections, that is Atmega 328 section and programmer/debugger section. Now let's quickly do the connection. So I will take the net option, I will use the net option and I will quickly do the connection between them. So I will quickly do the connections. Alright, so we have done all the connections and now we are just left with the net labels. So I will give the net labels to these SPI pins. So I will quickly do that now. Now here it's asking whether we want to do the connection. So I will click on yes, and later I will do the same thing for this label also, which is debug_rx. And after that I will click on OK, and again it's asking whether we want to do the connection or not. Later let's do it for this particular label. So I will click on name and let's change the name to MOSI. And after that I will click on yes. Then let's again do it for this label. So it's going to be SCK. And after that I will click on OK, yes. And then this one is going to be debug TX. And then OK, and then yes. So we are done with the entire schematic of Atmega 328 microcontroller section, and also the programmer/debug header section. So we have completed the schematic. We have connected all the components properly. Now we are actually just left with this particular section, which is power LED section. So I will quickly get the LEDs for the power LED section. So for that I will go to PC_LED_0603. So I'm going to select this one, and after that I will click on OK, and later I will rotate this one. I will place it here, escape, and then cancel. And we already have the register in our schematic. So I will just copy this one, and later I will place it here, and let me arrange it properly. So I will place it here like this, and later we need a ground symbol. So I will get that from here, and let's place it here. And after that we need +5 volt. So again I will place it here, and now quickly let's do the connections. So we are done with the power LED section now. Okay. So we are done with the power LED section, which was actually part of power supply section, and we didn't complete that. Now let's quickly, I will place it in the center, and we are done. Okay. And I will change the name of this LED. So it's going to be the red LED. So I will write red here. And after that I will click on OK. And later I will just rotate this and in order to place it on the grid, I will I will press the control button, and again I will place it on the grid D2. Again I will press the control button, and done. Okay. So we are done with the power LED section also. We are done with the microcontroller section, and again we are done with the programmer/debug header section. And I told you rest of the connections we are actually going to complete in the respective section. For example, when we will complete the switch section, at that time we will do the connection for the switch. And again, when we will complete the 7-segment display section, at that time we will do the connection with the microcontroller. Okay. So at this moment, these things are actually enough. Alright, so that's what I wanted to tell in this video. I hope that every single thing that we discussed in this video is now clear to you. So we just did the schematic design of Atmega 328 section and programmer/debug header section. There was actually nothing new in this schematic design process. We just have to get the components, and we have to connect those components in the appropriate manner. Okay. So this was actually the last video of this topic, which is microcontroller. And I hope that every single thing that we discussed in this entire topic is now crystal clear to you. And if you still have any kind of doubt related to any video in this topic, then do not hesitate to ask question. Okay. So ask me the question, and I will give you more clarity on that particular question. Okay. Alright, so that's what I wanted to tell in this topic. Now I will see you in the next topic, which is about motor driver section. Okay. So I will see you in the next video now.